Hi, this is Maria. Welcome to my craft room. Today we're going to be making a gift bag, so let's get started. This is what we're making out of DSP. It is Hues of Happiness DSP, and we're going to be using Joyful Florrie stamp set for the sentiment. This little flower is a retired punch, but it's so cute, and I really wanted a flower in here, so that's what we're doing. So let's get our paper ready. So I have everything pre-cut already. Here are your measurements. We've got a piece of DSP cut to 4 by 10.5. So this was cut out of a 12 by 12 piece. And then we have a melon mambo, 1.5 by 3 inches, and a piece of basic white in 1.25 by 2 3/4. So these will layer. That's our sentiment right there. You're going to need 16 inches of ribbon. I've picked, this is contraband. I've got so much ribbon from when I got married years ago. I bought a lot of ribbon, so I'm just using up what I've got. So 16 inches of a ribbon of your choice. Okay, so let's get back to, there we go. So let's get to getting this ready. So let me put this out of the way. I'm going to grab my scoring tool. Simply Scored. I love this tool. I use it all the time. I want to show something. The cutter, this is the old cutter. There's a new version of this, but it works the same way. The cutter has a cutting blade and a scoring blade, so you could certainly use this for this project that I'm doing, but I find this one just a little handier and easier to use than dealing with that little blade, that little scoring blade. Plus I tend to, sometimes I cut instead of score, and that's no good. There's no confusion with this one. So alright, on the long side of my DSP, this is 4 by 10.5, we're going to score at 1, 5, 6, and 10 inches. And we're going to turn it, and we're going to score here on the short side at 1 inch all the way down. Okay, and that's it for the scoreboard. Quick and easy. Now we're just going to burnish all the pieces. I love this paper. It's so pretty on both sides, but I've been using the flower side mostly for now. I'll use the other sooner or later. Okay, let's get it all burnished. And alright, so that is all of our pieces. Now we're going to cut our notches. I'm going to go in right to that bend, and we're going to go ahead and miter that. That will make it easier when we're folding. So I like to miter the little edge, the little pieces. Okay, and this little piece we're going to cut out all together, because that's where we're going to secure it down. Alright, so now we get to assemble. I'm going to just do this right here. Now you could use tear and tape or any sort of strong adhesive. I ran out of Seal Plus, so I'm using regular seal, but you want a strong adhesive for this. Now what I'm packing is not very heavy, so this should hold it regardless, but anytime you're putting together a box or a bag, you should use really strong adhesive. Okay, that's all it takes for that. Let's see, it didn't line up just the way I wanted. And this is forgiving enough that I can just peel it back. All right, perfect. Okay. And we have the basics of our bag. Now I'm going to fold the sides in here. So we want glue on the little pieces. So again, I'm going to use the seal on both of the little pieces. Okay. And we're just going to finagle this, bend it in and close. Bend it in and close. If you can't reach, take your tool and just burnish that in there. All right, and then here we're just going to seal the edge. And there's our little bag. Let's make sure that what I wanted to pack in here is going to fit, and it does. I made a bracelet. Maybe I'll do a video on how I make my bracelets. So I wear these. I made a couple of these for my daughter. So that fits beautifully. And I'm just going to pinch, put my fingers in here and pinch that closed. And the bottom will stay. It won't pinch all the way. I don't want a hard crease in here, but that will certainly hold what I wanted to pack in there. All right, let's get this out of there. All right, so we want to put a sentiment here on the front. So let's see, I need to stamp. Let's see, we're going to use Melon Mambo because this is Melon Mambo, so we're trying to match. And Melon Mambo is in here. This is Joyful Wishes out of the Joyful Flory set, out of this set here. Yes, it's a Christmas one, but this is a Christmas present, so that's why I'm using it. All right, so we're just going to put that off center a little bit. And if it's a little high, that's okay. We're going to use a little snowflakes from that same set, and I'm going to grab my silicone mat and just go right off the edge. I'm using the silicone mat more and more. Okay, and we'll put this away. Okay, we're going to put this together. Beautiful. All right, and then this punch, small bloom punch, is no longer available, but I don't like to get rid of my punches, so we're going to use a scrap of Melon Mambo. To get our flower, and it jumped away. Okay, we're going to take our little pokey tool or a rounded pen and just round this little flower off, just so it's not so flat. Very nice. And I'm going to take Wink of Stella, just to give the flowers a little shiny. The petals. Very nice. Just a little bit of shimmer. And I'm going to use my glitter enamel dots. I know these are expired, but I'm going to use them until they're gone, because I need a yellow center. There we go. Perfect. And now we can just glue this on. Actually, before we put the flower on, let's glue this on. Onto the bag. And I like liquid glue for this part so I can move it a little bit, because I never seem to get it right. Very nice. Give it a good press from the inside. Beautiful. And now I'll pop the flower on. Perfect. Okay, now the ribbon. I'm going to use a punch. This one happens to be a heart punch, but whatever punch you have will work. I'm going to pinch this, and I'm going to go through both sides at the same time. So I'm going to start on the inside of this little fold. Punch. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. This doesn't have to be perfect, but that lines up my little hearts there. Okay. And grab your ribbon and feed it through. Now you want to stuff your whatever you're gifting in here first before you put the ribbon in, because this is going to close it. Put your ribbon through both sides. Push it back to front on the other side. Just finagle it so that you get equal length on each side here. Do a simple knot. And then a bow. And we're going to call this done as soon as this bow is done. Bows are very difficult, especially on camera. We're not going to say that. We're very good at making bows. We are so good at making bows. There we go. There we go. All right. Just finagle that bow till it looks the way you want it to look. And cut your ends off. And you are done. This does measure 3 by 1 by 4. Very nice. I hope you like my project today. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and click the notification bell so that you get notified when I post a new project. Thanks for watching.